Yep.
let's go ahead and talk about, you know, what life has been like since this pandemic started about 2 months ago already, at least for us here in the US. You said work slowed down in LA, right?
Yeah, it slowed down a lot. It's horrible. I mean, like I said, it is what it is, but it's horrible because um, you don't get to hear or see productions, people working on productions and things like that. Um, like right before this hit, I had two great auditions for big time stuff, and you know couldn't hear back from them because now they don't know when they're going to shoot. You know,
Yeah.
so but it's really a sucky thing going on right now, like, as anybody in this industry can tell you. But there's also people still creating content, which is good, YouTube content.
Yeah.
Just like I told you, that great pandemic channel surfing thing that I'm part of, they started doing that because of this.
Yeah.
And that's been good. I mean, nobody's getting paid for anything, but we're still trying to hone our craft and keep up our acting skills.
Robert, why is that important to do in a time when most people would say, okay, well, there's nothing to do, or I can't, well, there's still a lot that we can do, right?
Yeah.
Even in the spaces with our own creativity, as even you and I are conducting this interview remotely via technology. I mean, there's still a tremendous amount we can do to keep our creative juices going, right?
Oh yeah, there's a lot you can do. Um, Video chatting, like we're doing right now, like you said, we can, if somebody can put it together or find a creative way, we can, like, say for instance, we can, if we love karaoke, like we can record this right now and do a karaoke session,
Yeah.
or we can do an Abbott and Costello thing, like who's on first, if there's always something we can do. Matter of fact, actually, yeah, a lady named Sarah Lonsert, she's a great singer. She did have you seen our show, mine and Eric's show, Jean, the Alien Interviews?
I saw a few episodes.
Oh, yeah, episode 1, she did the music for that, the
Oh,
ending
okay.
credit music. But every day now on Facebook, she does a Sarah Lonsert quarantine karaoke. And so,
Yeah.
because that's her thing, there's a lot of stuff that we can still do. We can do a comedy routine. We can, it's very important to keep your juices flowing, because if you don't, you're going to get depressed and you're not going to want to do anything at all. You know,
I think in that sense, I many people have their variations of what they call this. So here's mine. I call it the cart and the horse, because when you're the horse, when you choose to be the horse, you choose to give your life direction and still do something and take yourself somewhere. At least in this regards to with your creativity, if you're still doing something or whatnot. Or you could be the cart. The cart gets dragged around.
yeah,
The cart is not alive. The cart just kind of is along for the ride. And so I admire that when I hear about people choosing to be the horse and not just the cart. There's a guy, probably about 4 weeks now. His name is DJ. He's known as DJ Tequila, here in Tucson in the Latino community. And he's this guy. Has DJ'd, and he's really well known in the Latino community. And probably about 3 or 4 weeks ago, he started doing karaoke, and he's actually a really really good singer. Um, he started doing karaoke. I think it was in his backyard, and he has his whole setup. Like his mixing table right here. He's got his microphone, and then he had like one guest. They were social distancing, and he got like at any given time it was like 20 to 40 people watching his stream,
oh
and
wow,
he went on for like 3 4 hours at a time. And he's done this from uh, another location was a local business that he was trying to support also, which I think was pretty amazing. Um, because in Spanish he was saying, "Hey, come on down, just social distance and whatnot, but please support this business." Um, and so there's a person, when I saw that and him using technology, basically Facebook Live, and I'm like, heck yeah, that's awesome.
hmm
Like there's somebody keeping your creative juices flowing.
Yeah,
Um,
it's important. We can't lose what we have because of this pandemic. Being quarantined. It's
Robert, from a mental standpoint, obviously there are like a lot of unknowns. We hear that this pandemic's going to be around till June, till August, or maybe even into the winter. And then recently, the World Health Organization, I think within the past 3 days, said this could be something that never goes away, and it might be seasonal or it'll come and go in waves, but maybe one of these things that just never goes away. Although at other times it'll come in highs and lows. But so there's a lot of unknowns. There's a lot of
Mhm.
unknowns on one hand, and we have to be mindful of what those unknowns are and what the medical community is saying about those. But mentally, Robert, like, because from my standpoint, mentally, it's like, okay, there's that, and we have to be mindful of that. But I still also need to move forward with this. And
Mhm.
in my case, it's thankfully it's work. Thankfully, I still have to complete my feature film that I'm still working on. So how do you go about it, Robert, with balancing? Because I do feel it as a balance, balancing the unknowns on the medical side and still moving forward with your life. Like, how do you do it right
To be honest with you, it is frustrating, but I just figure out things to keep me busy with. You know, I'm trying to learn a new language. You know, looking at apps to learn new languages, because that's going to come in handy eventually. Um, Mentally, I guess I can't I can't stop, thinking about I can't think about, okay, this quarantine thing's gonna stop me from doing what I want to do. I
now?
gotta figure out a way to do it. And that's what is gonna make me move forward. If I just sat there and be like, okay, people, the government's saying be quarantined, I'm not gonna sit at home and just twiddle my thumbs and look around and be like, hmm, I wonder if somebody's gonna call me to do something.
Yeah,
My mentality is I gotta keep moving forward with it. If I got and here's something I'm gonna share with you and then whoever's gonna watch this. Like, people who know me know about my illness. I'm diabetic,
mhm,
and it's also my immune system is bad. So this COVID-19 can take me at any moment,
yeah,
but I'm not letting that stop me from doing what I have to do or what I want to do. I'm still gonna make videos. Like, I do TikTok videos to keep people entertained. Um, I ask people if they want me to send them videos to do something, things like that, just to keep. I also look in the mirror sometimes and I do a monologue to myself. You know, I um, I've recorded monologues, um, just things to keep my mind off of this stupid pandemic. You know, keep my mind sharp. Like I said, I don't want to sit there and get depressed about it.
yeah.
Otherwise, what good is that gonna do? You know. Plus, I gotta take care of my wife because she's sick also. So
Yeah, and you know what I was going to say with regards to wives. I've shared this a good number of times on Filmspiration, but my wife is a two-time cancer survivor, strongest person I know,
mm-hmm.
emotionally, mentally, etc. And so um, I think if we're still here, we're still breathing with more or less our health being in normal everyday state, whatnot, then that's something to be super thankful for because I don't have I get tired of my routine of working out of the car heavily, but that's just what we have to do in the news industry right now. But
Yeah,
I'm a person that chooses to look at the glass half full and count my blessings with regards to okay, so I have a job and everyone still around me is healthy because other people are having real issues, like people on the East Coast, the West Coast, even here in Pima County, in Tucson, Arizona. Um, people are fighting COVID. And it really puts things into perspective when I see posts from people that I sometimes I don't even know them, but somebody else shared their post, who shared their post, etc. And somebody says, my aunt died of the coronavirus 19 disease recently. Please send prayers and stuff like that. We've all seen a variation of that, and so it really puts things into perspective of how lucky and still how blessed we are to still get up in more or less good health and still do our thing. So that first and foremost is a thing that puts things into perspective also. But coming from the aspect of a creative person, and you add to this, Robert, because I was already in a space where when I'm not creating or working on the thing that I have to work, I actually get kind of grumpy.
Yeah.
Because I feel like I'm not doing or creating something. I even get grumpy like that when I watch maybe just a little too much Netflix, which is really not a lot at all. Because I'm thinking like, holy crap, like, am I just kind of wasting away? Like, no, I need to be doing something, I need to be creating, I need to be productive. And so I was already out. Like, I think a lot of people were artists were already there in that headspace of needing to create anyhow. And now all you have here is, and not to minimize it by the word all, but what you have here now is a pandemic. It's changed our dynamic. Whether or not so as of now, this is now May 16th, and the governor of Arizona, Doug Ducey, has now declared that the state's opening back up, right? So whether or not anybody goes out there to the mall to hit Gucci, that's their own personal decision. I'm personally going to be staying here with my wife at home still. But, despite that, I think creative people still always have an itch to create anyway. Now it's just under different circumstances. And so now what do we do in the film industry, bro? When obstacles come up, adapt. You adapt and move forward.
Be like water. It could take, it's the softest thing in the world, but it can crash through a wall. You put it in a cup, it becomes, I'm quoting my idol Bruce Lee right now. You put it in a cup, it becomes a cup. You put it in a teapot, it becomes a teapot. Adapt. Be like water. And that's what we have to do.
Yeah, and so I mean, I encourage all creatives out there, just as I have for like 2 months now in FILMspiration. Just keep on going. Find a way to do your thing, because I do believe that there is a part of the human brain that when the human brain encounters an obstacle, you either see the obstacle as an obstacle and it stops you and that's it. And okay, I'm just gonna kind of cross my arms and hang out until it takes care of itself. Or the other part of the human brain, on another part of the many parts of the human brain, sees an opportunity in the obstacle. Because I saw a lot of people online, mainly in the filmmaking forums and pages, they almost an immediate reaction was, okay, this is the new normals we've been hearing, right? So now I'm going to make the next paranormal activity in my house, or now I'm going to do this, and now I'm going to do that. And you know what my 2 cents on that is? Awesome. Like, do it, because you need that creativity to keep on going for your own creative survival. And if under these new circumstances, that's your thing, do it. You know what I mean? Like, that's my 2 cents. I encourage people to keep on going like that.
Oh yeah. I recently, because I really suck at editing, but I recently got an editing program on my computer that I'm going to try and learn to do, because it's something that's going to help me out, keep me focused.
Yeah.
While I'm not able to go out and shoot something, so I might as well, like, I can do a video at home and edit it and put special effects on it, hopefully, just so I can learn that.
Yeah, or you can social distance at a park, and maybe Alice, your wife, or somebody else hold the camera, or from a distance away, and you just do different things, and then take the footage back home and chop it up. What are you using to edit on, Robert?
I just got this thing called, I'm starting to use it again, called HitFilm.
HitFilm, okay.
Yeah. I actually downloaded it about, let's say a year ago, maybe. And since I've been busy, I haven't had a chance to actually use it.
Yeah.
And so now that I can sit down and actually use it, I'm gonna start trying to learn it.
So this is part of your process of staying active and staying, keeping your mind engaged, and in this case, learning something, right?
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome, Robert.
Yeah, thank you. And I even got add-ons for for special effects. So we'll see if I can learn how to do special effects stuff also. We'll see. I'm not gonna be as good as my friend James, but it's something.